Hi everyone, welcome to our Rockstar Spotlight, where we feature student leaders making an impact in your communities. I'm Mark Rostalski and I'm the frontman of Rockstar Cafe, and I'm pleased to be joined by Aleks Poldma and Spencer Kelly today, who are the co-founders of Hydrated World, which is a company that is looking to eliminate the water crisis through selling clothing. Thanks for joining me today, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Awesome, so tell me a little bit about Hydrated World.
Yeah, Hydrated World's an apparel company with the mission to eliminate the water crisis. The way that we do that is every item of clothing that's purchased, we provide somebody in South Sudan with access to 500 liters of safe water per year for 25 years.
Oh, wow.
And the way that the projects are done right now is they're through biofilters through an organization in South Sudan called the Safe Water Project. And the biofilters are made of native materials built by locals that live in the community there.
Oh, very cool. And so how did you guys come up with the idea?
It's kind of a funny story. So Spencer and I are both mechanical engineering graduates now from the University of Waterloo. And we did an enterprise co-op term together. We started an engineering consulting firm or design firm, and every morning we'd have coffee. We also lived together too, which is kind of funny. And we'd have coffee every morning and just talk about ideas and ways we can make an impact and ideas for other companies and just cool things we could do. And then Spencer had an idea to, maybe sell kind of ugly Christmas sweaters during the Christmas season with a social benefit to that, with partnering with, say, Campbell's Soup or something like that to give back. And one thing led to another, and we didn't have time for that, and then it kind of iterated to this idea of Hydrated World, and kind of haven't looked back since. So
really cool. And so Spencer, you mentioned that each person that you guys donate to or give safe water to gets water for 25 years. And how do you guys guarantee that?
So every water project that's built and distributed in the community there is documented and kept track of. So we'll know who exactly gets that water filter, whether it's a family or like an elderly couple that lives in the community there. So we'll get the documentation and some media as well for our marketing purposes.
Yeah, and how they last for that long is it's a low-tech biofilter made of native materials, so there's no moving parts, nothing like that. So that's why they're sustainable and they last for 25 to 30 years.
Very cool. And so what are some of the challenges you guys have faced up to this point in the journey?
A big thing to start off, we had to find suppliers and designs and people to work with that lined up with our brand. So how we do business on the clothing end is also very, very important for our brand, as well as the water projects. So finding someone who, or some company to do water projects through was really, really important. And Spencer can elaborate on how we kind of came to the Safe Water Project.
Yeah, and also like on top of that, those were kind of like the initial biggest like hurdles to kind of overcome at the beginning. But now, like as we kind of move on, we see like one of the harder parts is like actually marketing and like getting the idea out there to like people outside of just like the Waterloo community, or people outside of like just Waterloo in general. And that's been like really tough for us, but we have a few things that we're hoping to do in the near future, like a Kickstarter campaign and things like that, to kind of give us that little boost that we need.
Very cool. How would you describe your co-founder in one word?
That's a tough question. I would say for Spencer, it's one word is unique, in the sense he's like one of a kind in how he does work and who he is as a person. Very pure, very honest, and very smart, and kind of dreams big. So with this Hydrated World project, he's the one kind of pushing me to look big and hopefully in the future make this a huge worldwide kind of international business. So yeah.
That was cheating. That was a bunch of words.
Well, I started off with unique though, so that's one word.
All right, fair enough. For me, I would say for Aleks, it would be a leader for sure. That's the one like unquestionable word that describes Aleks, I think.
What's next for you guys in terms of the coming months?
We got a lot going on, actually, which we're really, really excited for. we just had a few pretty large orders, kind of co-branding orders through the University of Waterloo, so we're sponsoring a lot of projects through those. We're launching a Kickstarter campaign middle of September, which for us is going to be a big test for getting our name out, raising some capital too to grow our company. And pretty much, like Spencer said, a challenge was marketing and just get out there and work really hard at that, and then at the same time offer new products, cool designs, that kind of stuff.
Another question for you guys is, you're part of the growing group of social entrepreneurs on campus. And so can you talk a little bit about social entrepreneurship, what it means to you, and kind of how do you see it growing in the Waterloo region?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think like for a while, like Waterloo kind of actually did a really good job at developing that reputation of being like a tech kind of area, especially with like Velocity and Kitchener and like those types of incubators and things like that. But actually, Waterloo's doing a really good job now with social entrepreneurship. So there's the greenhouse on campus, which Alex and I have both met a bunch of people that work there, and they're doing a fantastic job with that. So I think like the social entrepreneurship it's really growing in this area as well, and hopefully it won't just be like Waterloo you won't just think of like tech when you think of it, you'll think of both.
And what we realized, or what we think about it too, is the fact that social entrepreneurship is good. I mean, you're helping other people out and you're making a good impact, but also it's good for business. You've seen many businesses out there who have a social cause, or who do business well in a social sense or environmental sense, and people are willing to spend extra dollars to do business with those companies because it means a lot to them. So I think it's a pretty big kind of sector, but also it's growing really fast, which is really cool.
And you're starting to see that too, especially with millennials. They not only want their dollar to go further, but they want it, to go to causes that mean a lot to them.
Exactly. Yeah.
Do you feel like in the wider world or the global marketplace, there's still that stigma behind social entrepreneurship?
Yeah, sometimes like you can sense that impression. That maybe like people are trying to use it as like a disguise for, or like a way to attract new business kind of thing, or to like just be a part of that market.
Yeah.
But like I think what you said is pretty accurate. Like our generation is very socially aware, and they do care about where their products come from, and they do care what impact like those products have. And that's why like you've seen this trend, I think, of like people kind of maybe paying a premium for these types of products, but like they're doing really good things. And I think that's a truthful observation.
Cool. How did you guys grow both yourselves and through your business through both greenhouse and e-co-op?
Pretty much since we started e-co-op, it's been just a crazy trip. We started off by interviewing with Wayne Chang, and he's just an awesome guy. We've met so many people through him. Our networks, both our networks have grown tremendously, and we've grown as individuals and how we think about business and our company, and just, I guess, working in general. So day one with Wayne, it's just been awesome. We've learned so much, and then we met so many other mentors and people along the way that have really helped. Another person to mention is Bruce Taylor. We do water project with him. He's the founder of the Safe Water Project, and he's taught us a lot about business and also about the water projects, and he's helped us out a lot with that. So I think the mentors in the community have been huge for us, and just actually going through the process of starting your own company and facing these challenges has really been crucial for our growth individually and as a company.
The last question for you guys, before I ask how people can get involved with you, is I noticed through Rockstar Cafe you kind of had an informal connection with another one of your co-founders. And so what's that been like, and what do you think like there could be more connections made like this through social gatherings and really connecting with people and having the conversations that change the world?
Yeah, actually that's probably like similar to kind of what Alex was saying. Like that's a huge benefit, I think, of like being involved with that sort of space at Waterloo, like in terms of being an eco-op or like at Velocity or in Greenhouse, is that like you meet these people that like not only you don't only meet like mentors and people that can teach you that sort of have that expertise, but you also meet people that are your peers that you know you can work on projects with together, and that's kind of that's a huge benefit of being in that space.
Yeah, and we met Tawny through you, and we're expecting big things from her, and it's gonna be she's gonna be an awesome addition to the team, and yeah, what Spencer said, it's just a really cool community to be a part of, and it's a really beneficial environment to be in.
Awesome. Our pilot event is September 18th, 2 to 5 p.m. BMH Green, and you know we're excited to have you guys there. If any students want to get involved with Hydrated World, how can they do that?
So we're launching a Kickstarter campaign middle of September, as we mentioned. So that's awesome if they want to get involved with that. Our website's www.hydratedworld.com, and we have Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Yeah, those are the three.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
All right, cool stuff, guys. Well, that's Hydrated World, Spencer and Alex for you. Support them through their Kickstarter campaign. See them at our pilot on September 18th. And sidebar, Wayne Chang, you're a rock star. Well, thanks for being on the show, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us, Mark.